Hello everyone, welcome back to Fight Edge channel. Jake Paul vs Mike Tyson. Paul not worried about KO. I'm too sharp and fast. Jake Paul says he is not worried about Iron Mike Tyson's power. I have an iron chin. Internet star turned boxer Jake Paul to square off against legendary fighter Mike Tyson. Jake Paul invited his girlfriend onto his latest podcast, and she pulled no punches when talk turned to Paul's fight against Mike Tyson, scheduled for July 20th. "Hey babe, but what if he knocks you out?" asked Jet Leerdam, the Dutch speed skater. The question elicited laughter on the podcast that was released Tuesday. It also underscored the theory Tyson inspires, even though he hasn't taught professionally since 2005, and he will be 58 when he and the 27-year-old Paul are scheduled to fight at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. With a grin, Paul suggests that Leerdam should just look away if it happens. "Seriously, baby," she replied. "What if he knocks you out? Is that your last fight?" Paul, who is 9-1 with 6 knockouts, eventually ended the banter by saying Tyson will not knock him out. As a pro, Tyson was 56 with 44 knockouts, some of the most devastating in boxing history. "No, I'm too sharp and fast," Paul said. Also, Paul suggested recent activity will be a factor. In November 2020, Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr. in an 8th-round exhibition. On the undercard the same night, Paul knocked out Nate Robinson. Since then, Paul has fought 8 times. Tyson has not fought. "I think just being active and being the man in the arena for years and years now," Paul said in explaining why he doesn't think Tyson will knock him out. "Like, I don't even get nervous. The nerves are not even there anymore." Iron Chin vs Iron Mike. Paul reflected on a recent promotional shoot with Tyson that took place on a helipad in Los Angeles. Shaking his hand at the shoot, "This expletive is strong as explosive," Paul said. "Like probably the strongest handshake. I don't think he was trying not squeezy, but you could just feel his hands were like bricks." Saying he wants to see how hard Tyson hits, Paul looked at the camera while tapping the podcast and said, "Mike, I really want to see, bro. Let's see all the legends, the mind, because you are Iron Mike Tyson, but I have an iron chin. People know that. I take shots, so I think people are underestimating me being able to deal with his power, and that is something that is going to make it interesting." Paul also addressed the 30-year-old age gap between him and Tyson, and how that might impact the fight. "I'm beating all of that," Paul said. "This is definitely the tallest, most savage, lethal opponent regardless of age, because the power is the last thing to go." For a month from the scheduled bout, Paul said he is feeling no nervousness about fighting Tyson. "Not at all," he said. "I'm excited. I literally can't wait to look across the ring and see him and give him an expletive death stare." But Paul's girlfriend sounded less excited. "I think you are going to win, but he is the competitor that's like the most scary to me," she said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.